The talent, the skill set is bar none.
Can't beat that quarterback, Trevor Lawrence.
Players got to play. And this is why I came here. A national championship game, 44-16. You tell me what our secondary is about.
I mean, our guys had the eye of the tiger. I know 10 years ago, not many people probably saw this coming. There's a lot of talk about best ever all year long.
Live from the official TV home of the Clemson Tigers family, this is 7 News at 7, All In.
But tonight, there's no doubt.
And good evening to you. Boy, there is no doubt. The big story tonight, Clemson's Tigers, their historic college football national championship win.
What a win it was. The Tigers defeating Alabama last night in that powerful 44-16 win, becoming the first college playoff team to have a perfect season, going 15-0 since a team back in the 1800s.
Today was the first day of school in Spartanburg County. Spartanburg High School is one of several new schools in the county that's opening its doors for the first time. This $134 million project was funded through a referendum that voters approved in 2016. Our Jennifer Martin has a look inside this impressive facility.
Even if you've ridden out storms before, this one is different. Don't bet your life on riding out a monster.
They haven't seen anything like what's coming at us in 25, 30 years, maybe ever.
We are in a very deadly and important game of chess with Hurricane Florence.
The warnings are extreme across the board. Millions on the East Coast are bracing for what is being called a historic, catastrophic storm.
Tonight we have everything you need to know about Hurricane Florence as it spirals towards the Carolinas. 7 News at 10 starts now.
And thank you for joining us for 7 News at 10 tonight. All eyes remain on the East Coast as Hurricane Florence threatens North and South Carolina. While there has been a slight shift, the Category 4 hurricane could impact North Carolina the hardest.
Storm Team 7 meteorologist Malachi Rogers is standing by. He has the very latest track. Malachi.
And Amy, what we've been watching with this storm and what we'll wait for in the next update that comes out right around 11 o'clock is what this path does. Still a Category 4 storm. It's been able to maintain that strength throughout the day today. It's over very favorable water. It's very warm water that's feeding the system, and it's tracking to the west-northwest at about 17 miles an hour. As of the 8 o'clock update, not a lot of change in the overall dynamics of the storm. Here's what we're watching. This is what we've been tracking. The forecast track continues to bring it towards the outer banks of North Carolina, anywhere from Wilmington, and South Carolina is still included in this as we go as far south as Georgetown as a Category 3 or Category 4 storm late Thursday night or early during the day on Friday. And as that storm is over the eastern portions of North Carolina, it continues to spin, it continues to wind down 24 hours as we head towards Saturday, still looking at rain and a system over eastern North Carolina. And then as we head towards Sunday, the system starts to move farther to the west. And this is what concerns us in the upstate and western North Carolina. This last little jog to the west brings the upstate and western North Carolina back into play for flooding rains and strong gusty winds. Here's what we've seen over the last couple runs of the model. This is our last computer model, very consistent, bringing it straight towards the Wilmington area of North Carolina by Friday morning. But watch what happens to these models after that. We have a divergent idea. Some take it up into North Carolina and Virginia. Some and several of them are now favoring bringing it back along the coast of South Carolina and up through the Midlands. That for us will produce heavy amounts of rain, and that's what you're seeing replaced here as is reflected by the rainfall totals amounts from the storm from Saturday through Monday in the upstate and western North Carolina, and our wind gusts would be extremely high as well up and down the coastline and inland areas in Greenville, Spartanburg, and Anderson. So the bottom line on Florence is this. Florence will be near land late Thursday night into Friday morning. We're looking at a storm that will have some type of impact on the upstate in the mountains. What type right now we are not certain, but one thing is for sure. Localized flooding will be a possibility, and tropical storm gust winds will be a possibility as well. And now is the time that you want to prepare because the timeline here in the upstate for this to have any impact on us would be Sunday into Monday.
Those rain total possibilities you just showed us, 19 inches, Wilmington,
Amazing.
a foot along the South Carolina coast?
Yeah, and what that takes into account is the system stalling, slowing down, and slowly tracking. So we have a lot to work with on this. So we'll watch that over the next updates coming up.
All right, Malachi, thanks for keeping us posted. We'll see you later on.
Back to breaking news tonight out of Florence County. That is where one officer has died. 6 others are hurt after being shot.
Our Ann Maxwell is in Florence this evening. She has the very latest on the terrible tragedy that happened in that city late this afternoon. Ann.
Tom, Amy, this is a horrible situation here, and we have just learned the identity of that police officer who was killed. He is Terrence Caraway, a 30-year veteran of the department. The investigation is ongoing at the Vintage Place neighborhood behind me. The suspect has surrendered. He is in custody. No word on their identity. We know that they were hurt. The neighborhood is safe tonight, but it has come at an enormous cost. The sheriff's office says deputies were serving a search warrant around 4 p.m. when the man inside the house opened fire, wounding 3 deputies. Officers from the Florence Police Department responded within minutes, knowing that they were responding to a scene where their brothers and sisters from the sheriff's office were in need. The suspect barricaded himself in the home, which had children inside. A standoff ensued for 2 hours. In total, 8 people were injured, a 20-year-old man, 3 deputies from the sheriff's department, and 4 police officers, one of whom was killed.
Today will mark a very horrific day in the annals of the Florence Police Department. Today we lost a good friend of mine, an officer that I've known for 30 years.
No word yet on the conditions of the wounded. We are told that the children are safe.
Team coverage continues, of course, of the whole matchup going on between Clemson and Alabama. And I believe our Todd Summers is ready to tell us a little bit.
Yeah, the team's arriving at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, the site of tonight's big game. Todd, let's go back to you now.
Tom, timing is everything. The buses have just arrived. Dabo Sweeney just walked off. That was Christian Wilkins. And here come several other players getting off the bus as we speak ahead of tonight's national championship game against Alabama. We see Isaiah Simmons, starting safety, walking in the purple suit. We've got Trayvon Mullen walking in, A.J. Terrell walking in. The team is here. They look like they are focused and ready to go. They always wear a tie and coat no matter what the game. There goes Cleveland Farrell right now with a black jacket. We've got the players getting off the bus, and here comes Trevor Lawrence right now. If you wait just a moment, you will see Trevor Lawrence walking by the door. He's got a black jacket and a black tie on, just as calm and cool as he always is. The Tigers are getting ready for the biggest game of their life. Can you imagine what's going through their minds right now as they're walking into Levi Stadium, knowing what's about to happen in 2 hours? Do you think they got some butterflies right now? You think maybe they're thinking about the stage that they're going to be on for tonight's game? What a game it's going to be. Alabama and Clemson for a national title just over 2 hours from now. The Tigers are just about all here. We've seen just about all the big names. Dexter Lawrence just walked by. Of course, he will not be playing in this game. Here goes Albert Huggins in the red jacket. He will be the one filling in for Dexter Lawrence in the national championship game. Looks like most of the key players have made it in at this point. We do see Justin Ross coming around the corner. What a Cotton Bowl game he had with a couple of touchdowns, really set the tone early on for the Tigers. We'll see if he can make some big plays coming up later tonight as well. There's T. Higgins in a blue jacket listening to some music as he comes cruising in. We've got Travis Etienne wearing some shades, listening to some music as well. These are some pretty impressive suits these guys are wearing as well. I mean, I'm sure this is the finest outfits that they have. Whatever their best outfit is, they're wearing it for the national championship game. It should be a lot of fun. We'll have another live report coming up when we see you in sports in just a couple minutes. But the Tigers are here. We saw Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide here just a little while ago. So they're in the stadium. Both teams are here. All we need is a football and them to kick it off for a national championship. Let's send it back to you guys.